Many thanks for staying with us. We are in a conversation with Barrister Tomekun. Sowore is a legal advisor, and he's going to be giving us updates on the rearrest of the activists yesterday. Good morning, Barrister Tope. Can you hear us clearly?
Yes, I can hear you clearly. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, sir. So, Nigerians were thrown into shock when your client, Sowore, was rearrested yesterday. Can you tell us the reasons or the background to this rearrest?
Well, for me, to the best of my knowledge, they had no reason to display the lawlessness, that was displayed by Nigeria police force yesterday. If somebody is arrested and is kept by the police and is interrogated, and upon conclusion of investigation, you submit the matter to the court. If you have not concluded investigation, you will not submit any case to the court. It is presumed that you have finished your own job. You now feel court can now begin its own job, and that is at the point which you file a charge against that person. Having put Sowore custody, since his arrest between the day before yesterday and yesterday, and they chose to take him to order yesterday, they have concluded their own job. So the reason being given by the police for what happened is an afterthought. Somebody was arraigned in court. The magistrate considered application for bail and granted bail. And the papers, the documentation for perfection of bail is not going to take us more than 30 minutes. There are one who are ready to stand short this based on the fact that you should be worth 5,000, and he needs two shorties who have paid their tax maybe within the last 3 years in Abuja. So there are more than 100 people on ground that be able to meet that condition. And I think that was that was the report that must have been sent to the headquarters, to the authorities. Because in the morning, you would think the case is more than this. When you get to Kuje, you first of about 2 or 3 staged, around the road that led to the. So ordinarily anybody who gets to that place will know that there was a problem. So then at the junction of the road that led to court, another more tank there with all the policemen. Then at the entrance of the court, that is about 3 barricades. To the extent that if a lawyer come with a secretary, possibly it might be the lawyer alone that will be able to beat all of those security they put in place. So, and inside court premises, within the compound of the court, we have more than maybe 20 police officers at the beginning. But when they wanted to carry out that illegality, they reinforced. We saw policemen coming with guns. We didn't know what was happening, but we knew they were not happy that we were already perfecting the bill. And we were sitting, Sowore was sitting under the tree. We were there together, and I was beside him and other people, and the other persons arrested too. Their lawyers, all of us were there. And so when they came, the other officers were led by the person in Mufti who was wearing white. That is CS Biasu. He now said that the rest should stand up, that I should follow them. So then I said, what do you mean? I should follow you where to where? There was one among them who came. That one, Sowore identified him. Sowore was arrested the day before yesterday in front of Federal High Court. And I followed him to the office of Commissioner of Police, Deputy Commissioner of Police. He was taken to IRT, the notorious Abattoir police station. So I didn't know that he identified one of the officers. That one must have been very hostile, to him or whatever that must have transpired. So then I asked him, that you again? That you have been doing this since yesterday. And the man answered that, look, today you will see, I will show you will see something. As if it's a personal thing. And the one that led them, so they asked him, where are you taking me? I also asked, other people asked, what is the matter? I said, he has remand order. Say remand order, how? The court that granted bail is still sitting. When they call grants bail, the shorties and the relatives of the person under trial will go and bring their documentation. The court will not sign where it is still has any other cases. It is when it's true with those cases that he will not listen to you and your documentation is ready. He will now sign, and that person will regain his freedom. So the reason why police officers are usually, once you submit a suspect to court, he becomes a defendant. Once he's a defendant before the court, he's presumed to be innocent, and the prison officials, they are the one that will take charge in the next step. If the person is not able to perfect bail, they will take charge. So I asked him, as SSP, I said, where are you taking him? Is it police station or prison? Because I wanted to be sure. If he had said it's police station, I would know. I would say, no, you can't take him to station. Having arranged him. If he had said take him to prison, I'd ask him. I said if it is prison, people say it is remand. Where are the prison officials? Where is the remand order? He brought out a paper. He didn't show. Let us see what is in the paper. If there is a remand order, if it is from the magistrate, we will know. If it is from your guys at the top, we will know. And we will see a designated place. So where you are directed to take him. We will see, because we can't trust you in the office of the DCCID. And when after they finish their drama, they were going to see PG. In their healers I follow Sowore, I didn't know they were taking him to Abacha to detain him. So is it that kind of human being I will now trust without documentation? What is so special about this procedure that we cannot comply with? You will allow people to even snap down remand order. If that had been done, property had been done, you will not be defensive now. You don't even have to explain anything. You have to be explaining for you that no, that is the procedure. Why are Sowore and his people behaving like that? But when you didn't follow procedure, that is why you are going to defend him for the rest of this year. Of the issue of the paper, just never seen kind of thing in my life, particularly in court premises. And for you to know that it was a well planned scheme, they have taken some men very far away from this thing, some of the officers, to monitor anybody who's going to record. And that was what they want to make sure that the scene, that disgraceful scene, does not be tied to the public. They arrested people, they took some lawyers away and some clients who were trying to recover. There's no way of the day. If there's a dramatic scene, out of 4 people that passed, people want to record. Everybody has a to everybody's reporter. So those people that were still, they were the one monitoring those who were going to record, and they took some of those people who made that attempt, they took them away. And the fact that they didn't allow many people to access the court, the population there was limited. The number of people have no number of civilians. They brutalized Sowore. In the course of people question doctor, I go to my client to know what is happening. I was also wounded in my hand, and even the bib that I wore, my normal professional bib, got stained with blood. And they put his left hand, because one of the officers was dragging that hand through the window while Sowore's body was still outside. He was dragging that hand as if he wanted to remove the hand. And when I went, and at the end of the day, after they go back that place like they had come to arrest the number 1 kidnapper or chief terrorist Nigeria, they took him away. And then we started, some of the pressmen on ground, we started making awareness. It was that public awareness that made them change their mind. You know, they now said they took him to Kuje, we got the information. Okay, I'm talking about 5 hours after the show of shame. So I went to Kuje. I discovered that he was not there. They said for you to know that Kuje was not their first plan. When they got there, they said they didn't go station. And the authorities, you know, they rejected him. And for you to know that this is, you like it or not, you will see to certain sectors and some things will still work. Reject him. Let him show. No, we can't take him here. Let us do proper thing. Now go back to they went to affect whatever they are doing. So he was taken there that evening, and I was there met him, and his left hand he could not carry it very well, you know. they had the scene not really fit, whether it's a slight dislocation or something. But that hand was badly ruffled, his clothes was, in fact, people that went with me, some of them were crying. They said, how could they treat him like, because his clothes, he was still wearing the same clothes. And I told him that I think for him to change this clothes, he still wanted to wear it for memory's sake. Because the thing was badly torn and badly, but he was wearing white. The white was practically like brown. So that was as of yesterday. We don't know whether by this weekend or by Monday. We don't know whether they have planned to share his flesh and eat him. We don't know.
All right, Barrister, you did mention that what transpired yesterday, I mean, his rearrest was a show of shame and a show of lawlessness. So my question would be, as his legal practitioner, what will be the next move of Omoyele Sowore's legal team, in response to what happened yesterday, the rearrest?
Yes, we have a lot of things in our hand we are doing. And that is part of the injustice we still challenge. Even myself, that I was wounded, it was recorded yesterday when the blood was from my hand. I'm going to take the police officer, I'm going to take the police authorities up on that. It happened inside the premises when I was even in my robe. So that one is another thing entirely. But at least for now, we are still after his freedom. We are still after his freedom. And because of what happened there, I don't think there is any sane magistrate or judge that you see find it convenient to see me in that premises. So after that show of shame, we couldn't see even the magistrate that had left. So I think everybody had to actually run for their life. If that could happen there, we don't know what will happen next. It was someone who didn't have any place to go, that had to stay back to see to the end of it. So the magistrate could not sign the perfection document. So when they sign it on Monday, we will see whether they have any excuse to put in.
All right. Some people were saying that the reason for his rearrest was because of some unguarded statements that Sowore made right after his, bail. Is there any truth to this? Is there any real reason to this arrest?
Some of us who actually know the truth to a certain extent, nobody knows all the truth. But some of us who are closer to the truth, we have greater work to do. And that is why our own headache is more than that of any other Nigerian. Before Sowore was arraigned yesterday, the allegation that was in town was that there was culture that for people not to protest, and people protested. And because those who are in authorities too, they have access to media more than all of us. They have more resources to propagate lies. Before you know it, 50% of Nigerians have swallowed the poison that they have sown on the street, and they begin to now vomit it all around. They said they violated court order. So they too did not come to court yesterday to make sure court order was not obeyed. That is an example. This one, they said they made a statement. Which statement are they referring to? These officers, they are very good at making very poor defense. These police officers in Nigeria. Okay, let us try to reconcile the facts now. If he made a reckless statement, and that was the basis for his arrest, he should be in police custody. Why did they now take him to the normal prison after he has not been convicted? So that means the excuse of trying to justify the arrest on the ground that he made a statement. That is, if you believe he made a statement and you think he's criminal, and that is the reason why he's arrested, he should be under investigation now. He should not be in Kuje prison. So the fact that you took him forcefully there because you wanted to humiliate him, and you took him directly to Kuje prison, means that the allegation that he made a reckless statement was not true. If he made a reckless statement and that was the reason for his arrest, he should be with you now. He should be with the police now. They should be investigating for another offense now. So, and at the end of the day, in a contradictory terms, the police came out now to say that the reason why he was taken was that he couldn't meet his bail condition, and they had to now take him to prison because it's their duty to submit him to police authorities. My sister, anybody who was there yesterday, the most unfortunate thing that happened in this country today is the ability of the police to be able to wipe off the normal concrete evidence, because the video that was in public domain was not where he was being brutalized. It was the video of the noise around, because somebody had the courage. The few who had the courage, they were arrested, their phones were taken. If Nigerians have seen that, you will know that this is not on any allegation. if you make allegation against anybody, any reckless allegation against anybody, why are you on scene at the one brutalizing? Why are you the one angry? You are crying more than you believed. Does it mean immediately you made that allegation there's already a default set in your head that if anybody abuses anybody, whether you're a guy, the next thing for you to begin to match that person with your boot? If that's a default settings, a different thing. Because that what happened yesterday, there was almost 5 minutes. At the point of coming to us, at the point of start handling him, it's not even, that one was not even up to a minute. So when did you make the statement? When did you get the order to arrest him, to brutalize him? And where did you take him? Did you take him for investigation on that statement? No. You took him to Kuje to be able to justify your brutality. You now said the reason being that you needed to submit him to the prison. Even when the magistrate granted the bail, is still on seat to sign the bail condition. He's still sitting. So that is a contradiction now. That's a contradiction.
All right. There's this news making the round that the police justification for their action is that the courts, the bail granted by the courts wasn't an automatic freedom for Sowore. They said that they can actually that the remand warrant was valid and that legal process must still be followed and that they are empowered to use force where needed. Now, is there any truth to this submission by the police, Nigerian police?
This is not a statement. This is pure foolishness. This story is confident. They are just it's people who are allowing themselves to even hear and digest what comes out from the Nigerian police that have this problem. People who by default they know that nothing true can come from that institution. They don't have the same problem with those who think out whether police can do something right. You said you still have the right to use force on him based on the fact that he didn't meet bail conditions. When the magistrate who granted bail is still sitting, the magistrate has not said that I'm not available to sign the bail documents. Granting bail is automatic freedom. It will revert to not being a freedom. At the close of work, you are not able to meet those conditions. Granting of bail is automatic freedom. Not until you are not able to meet that bail condition within those working hours. And it's a costly thing. That case was the first case. The cases on the list, the magistrate is still running through it. After those cases, he must return to his office, to his chambers. And the shortage will be there because they have already, the documentation were complete at the point they carry out this dastardly act. So why would they say they can still use force on him because it's not automatic freedom?
All right. Thank you so much, Barrister Tope Tomekun, for your submissions and insights on this matter.
Thank you.
All right. Don't go anywhere. New Day continues after this break.